Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
We begin the English language transmission from Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Increasing mixed colors. Song President Kim Il-sung. 사업주의를 김승일 You're listening to Voice of Korea News Now. Revolutionary activities of respected Kim Jong-un were reported abroad between May the 7th and the 12th. The news of his visit to Operation Airport of the Western Region and guidance of the combat flight contact among air commanding officers of the air and anti-aircraft force of the Korean People's Army 2014 was reported by the China News Service, the Chinese Reference News, China Daily, Xinjiang, Central Television, Hong Kong Phoenix Satellite Television, and Internet homepages, People's Network, Youth Network, and China Network, the Russian Ibartest, and Internet News, Rosbank, and Rusnovosti, the U.S. Internet News, Global Press, and the Japanese Jordan News. The Japanese newspaper Arpan ran the news of respected Marshal Kim Jong-un's visit to the new workers' dormitory of the Pyongyang Kim Jong-un textile mill, illustrated with a photograph. The Iranian newspaper Iran News carried the news of his presence at the inaugural ceremony of the Sangdo-won International Children's Camp with bronze statues of the great generalismos Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, and of the finals of the National Children's Football Tournament, congratulatory performance of the modern ball bands, and fireworks at the camp in his presence. It was also reported that he had photo sessions with the soldier builders of Unit 267 of the Korean People's Army, who performed merit in the reconstruction of the Sangdo-won International Children's Camp, and the soldier builders who made peace in the workers' dormitory project of the Pyongyang Kim Jong-un textile mill. The Nigeria-Korea Friendship Association made public a statement on the 8th on the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the demise of the great leader President Kim Il-sung. The statement said the association had formed a Nigerian National Committee for remembering President Kim Il-sung, held various events to widely introduce his brilliant revolutionary life and immortal achievements, and taken active part in the International Internet Seminar on his great life and undying exploits, in support of the appeal sent by the Asia-Pacific Regional Committee for Supporting Peaceful Reunification of Korea to the Organization for Friendship and Solidarity with the Korean people in different countries. The 9th National Meeting of Artists opened in Pyongyang on the 16th. Present at the meeting were Kim Gi-nam and other senior officials of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, officials of the party and armed forces organs, riders of the Modern Bung Band, the State Music Chorus, and other literary creation institutions, creators and artists of the central and local civilian art organizations and art organizations of the army, teachers and researchers of art educational institutions, and officials of literature and art. Kim Gi-nam, member of the Political Bureau and Secretary of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, conveyed the letter, "Let us open a new heyday of culture-based literature and arts in line with the demand of the times and developing revolution," sent by respected Kim Jong-un to the participants in the 9th National Meeting of Artists. In the letter, respected Kim Jong-un said, "The great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il created future-oriented ideas and theories on literature and art, and incessantly developed them in depth and applied them to literature and art, and thus performed undying feats to shine in human history of literature and art forever. Now, the work of literature and art does not catch up with the demand of the party and revolution and the call of the times. The conventional type and old mannerism in literature and art hinder the creation of masterpieces, pulsating with the breath of the times, and works of strong militancy and appeal, forcefully rousing all the armed people to the building of a prosperous nation and defense of socialism." Respected Kim Jong-un made clear the fundamental mission and major principles of literature and art. The fundamental mission of our literature and art is to implant the idea and intention of the party in the minds of the people and rouse all the service personnel and people to forcefully promote the revolutionary cause of the future, the cause of the Sungun Revolution. Let us support the Sungun-based leadership of the party with the creation of many masterpieces. This is a militant slogan to be upheld in the sector of literature and arts at present. The sector of literature and arts should produce a great number of masterpieces of the times with a revolutionary creation manner in hearty response to the slogan advanced by the party, and thus perform its honorable mission and duty in supporting the Sungun-based leadership of the party. In keeping with the demand of the developing revolution, we should develop our literature and arts into the leaders' literature and arts guided by the party policy, people's literature and art, and militant literature and art. These are the major principles we should hold fast to in the building of future-based literature and art. Our literature and art should be an art guided by the party policy, which represents the voice of the party and firmly arms the service personnel and people with the ideas and policies of the party. Kim Jong-il's patriotism is the most brilliant textbook and powerful motive force in rousing the people at present. The creators and artists should implant Kim Jong-il's patriotism deep in the minds of the service personnel and people through representation of life and feelings, so that they can fully display warm patriotism and revolutionary zeal in the building of a powerful country. It is necessary to fiercely bring about revolution in film, develop theatrical art, including music, dance, opera, drama, and circus, fine arts, and literature, and more positively conduct mass cultural and art activities. The creators and artists should become staunch defenders, propagandists, and educators of party policy, who are firmly armed with the party's idea and policy on literature and art, and resolutely defend the ideas and lines of the party through creative activities. The leading officials, creators, and artists in the sector of literature and art should make innovations in the activities of art creation, following the creative manner of the modern Bung Band. Kim Jong-un called upon all the leading officials, creators, and artists in the sector of literature and art to turn out as one with high confidence and courage and open a new era of development of teacher-based literature and art through creation of a great number of masterpieces, and thus perform their honorable mission and duty for the times and revolutions. Kim Ji-nam made a report. The reporter said, on the occasion of the meeting, all the men of literature and art should be conscious of the expectation and trust of the party once again, and wage a vigorous struggle to glorify the new era of a teacher revolution with a great heyday of the development of literature and art. The prospect of our literature and arts is bright, thanks to the brilliant traditions and rich experiences of the teacher-based literature and arts provided by the great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, the wise leadership of respected Kim Jong-un, and the talented men of literature and arts trained by the Workers' Party of Korea with much effort, the reporters stressed. Speeches were made at the meeting. The meeting continued. A service school was established at Pyongyang Sangcheolgu University of Commerce. The school, with a 2- or 3-year education system, had 4 study courses: hotel administration, hotel service, gastronomy, and welfare service. Professor Chung A-bak of the University of British Columbia in Canada is working hard for the development of special economic zones in the DPRK. Recently, Bak, together with economic experts from various countries, toured different areas of the DPRK, including Rasan, Chongjin, Urang, Sinpyeong, Nampo, and Wonsan, and made a field survey for the development of the special economic zones. Then, she, with the Korea Economic Development Association, had a knowledge sharing on special economic zones at the Yanggakdo International Hotel in Pyongyang under the Canada DPRK Knowledge Partnership Program. Introduced at the knowledge sharing with the present conditions and prospect of the Chongjin Economic Development Zone and the Urang Agricultural Development Zone, as well as the prospect for developing Wonsan-Kumgangsan area. And the discussion was made on the general view of the master plans of different economic development zones and practical problems related to the zones. In her speech, Professor Bak said more detailed issues should be dealt with after analysis of the materials on the new special economic zones, and continued. Looking around the special economic zones, we could acquaint ourselves with the actual conditions, including different technical issues, and have a deep understanding of the DPRK's reality. What we saw and felt in the DPRK was its hope, potential, and efforts for the economic construction. Everything is now at the beginning, but the DPRK will surely make a signal progress in the economic development when its people strive with the strength that they look out over the world, keeping their feet firmly planted on their land, Park stressed. Foreign delegations, the 17th Pyongyang Spring International Trade Fair, visited Mandongdae, the birthplace of President Kim Il-sung, on the 16th. They also visited the part of the Chuchiarie, the International French Exhibition House, the Pyongyang Metro, and other places. The staff members of foreign diplomatic missions and missions of international organizations and foreign military attaches in the DPRK, together with their families, visit the Sangbowen International Children's Camp on the 15th, which has been wonderfully rebuilt into a monumental edifice of the era of the Workers' Party of Korea. The first laid pictures before the bronze statues of the great general lieutenants Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il at the camp and paid homage to them. Then, we looked around different places, including camping houses, the International Friendship Children's Hall, the outer playground, and gymnasium. A spokesman for the DPRK Ministry of Foreign Affairs told the Korean Central News Agency on Friday as regards the Israeli Prime Minister's malicious slander of the DPRK during his recent visit to Japan. The spokesman said, the Israeli Prime Minister dared to slander the DPRK as a robber state, linking it with Iran in a far-fetched way through its preposterous story about nuclear cooperation. We can never remain indifferent to its slander. It is no more than a foolish trick to divert Israel to international criticism focused on Israel because of the expansion of Jewish settlements and rupture of the Middle East peace talks, and pursue its expansionist ambition in the Middle East. Israel is a cancer to peace in the Middle East and a rogue state grossly violating the international law. It has become a target of curse and denunciation not only in the Middle East but also in the rest of the world. Nevertheless, it is running recklessly ignorant of its position. It is ridiculous that Israel, which keeps in secret a great number of nuclear weapons under the patronage of the United States, is talking about out of the threat. Israel should abandon its bad habit of slandering others whenever it finds itself in dilemma and unconditionally accept the international demand for peace and denuclearization of the Middle East, the spokesman added. The South Korean internet newspaper Pangmin News on the 13th posted an article denouncing the puppet group's reckless remarks aimed at calming down the crisis caused by the 30-story sinking disaster with North-South confrontation. The article wrote that at a regular press conference on the 12th, spokesman for the South Korean Ministry of National Defense, Kim Min-suk, let loose a string of reckless remarks about the DPRK, saying it is a retrogressive country telling lies, and means that the Ministry of National Defense is trying to divert Israel the people's attention with the kind of provocation from the north when the people's distrust in the government is growing due to the ferry sinking, the article said. On the other hand, the Confederation of the Trade Unions of South Korea held a press conference at the Plaza of the Seoul railway station on the 12th and announced the puppet group's moves for denationalizing the railways and medical services, according to the South Korean newspaper Labor and World. The People for Peace and Reunification, an organization of South Korea, staged the 176th Action for Independent Reunification and Peace before the U.S. Embassy in Seoul on the 13th, according to the South Korean internet newspaper Gazimbo. Referring to the informal designation of the new U.S. ambassador to South Korea, the organization said, in the past, he played a positive role for cooperation between South Korea, the United States, and Japan. The U.S. plan to send such a man as the ambassador is aimed at providing a legal ground for the establishment of U.S.-led missile defense systems, laying a foundation for Japan's exercise of the right to collective self-defense, and isolating and suffocating the north of Korea, the organization said. The Citizens Solidarity for Democratic Society in South Korea held a press conference in Seoul on the 12th, demanding the dismissal of Park Sung-chun, Chief for Veterans Affairs, and Min Kyung-wook, spokesman for the Blue House, who caused public criticism with their outbursts concerning the Philly Seoul disaster, according to the South Korean internet newspaper Pangmin News. Meanwhile, the South Korean KBS on the 14th disclosed the fact that the government's maritime disaster control system turned out to have many shortcomings, with the ferry Seoul sinking accident as an occasion. The Russian newspaper Zavatura No. 18 ran an account of visits to DPRK by editor-in-chief Alexander Borohanov. The newspaper carried photographs of the Korean leader President Kim Il-sung in his revolutionary activities, and the photograph of the bronze statues of the Korean leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il on Nancy Hill in Pyongyang. The account exposed continued malicious slanders and wrong propaganda of the United States against the DPRK, and said the example of Korea is necessary in preventing catastrophic disasters on the globe. The account gave a specific explanation of the Tsuchi idea and the Korean people's respect for the great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il as the eternal sun. In the account, Borohanov expressed his earnest desire to meet respected Kim Jong-un. And that's the end of the news read by Kim Hyun-ok and Lee Sang-sim. This is Voice of Korea. You enjoy your meal, cowards. We know nobody but you. band music, footsteps, we will defend General Kim Seung-un at the cost of our lives, and victorious military parade. orchestral music, we will travel one road forever. film My Home Village. Yoo Won-jin, who wrote a page in the history of the Korean film, is still remembered by many people as a talented film star. In more than half a century, he played the main part in more than 130 films and enjoyed the most fruitful life in the filmdom as a woody of the author of Chinese and later hero and people's artist. People loved him for his unique acting, but loved him all the more for his part of the main character of the feature film My Home Village, produced for the first time after liberation of Korea. It was after liberation that Yoo Won-jin entered the filmdom. He was born as the son of a maltreated fisherman in 1908 or 1919. He was driven out of the school halfway as he failed to pay school fees and suffered for day labor. After liberation, he played the part of the main character in a performance, and for it he was recalled to a specialized art organization. He was quite a foreigner in the art society, but for his fortitude and enthusiasm in any work, he drew attention of the producers and soon played the part of the main character in the first feature film made in Korea after liberation. He was happy. The story of an ordinary tenant peasant, Kwan Pil, the main character of the film, who lived under all sorts of maltreatment and humiliation, was a part of Yoo Won-jin himself. For his life's experience, he could play the part very vividly and simply. One day, the great leader Kim Il-sung saw the film and stressed the need to represent well the character of the anti-Japanese guerrilla Kwan Pil, who has grown up as a revolutionary in the course of an arduous struggle. For it, he said, there must be a scene in which he tells other guerrillas about his home village and the scene of his remembrance of his mother and his girlfriend. It was the starting point of the glorious life of Yoo Won-jin. The film enjoyed enthusiastic welcome of the cinema goers. At the time, many people didn't know actor Yoo Won-jin, but all knew Kwan Pil, the main character of the film My Home Village. Yoo Won-jin's son, Yoo Young, said,
나이도 있고 뭐하고들인데 잘 있는 분이죠. 왜 얘기했습니다. 그 전쟁지에
My father told his children about his life. During the Fatherland Liberation War, he went south up the line of River Rakdong as a political operative, and on his march for a temporary strategic retreat, met with a model. When soldiers found my father, they stopped the model, shouting, "He's the Kwan Pil of the film My Home Village," and they gave a lift to my father and his body. Later, President Kim Il-sung recollected the story. Great Kim Jong-il also remembered the story. On the occasion of the 30th anniversary of the Workers' Party of Korea, my father participated in the celebrations as a delegate. At that time, great Kim Jong-il, remembering the story, said, "It shows how much people love the main character of My Home Village, Kwan Pil." Here are some facts showing the great trust of Kim Jong-il in Yoo Won-jin. In 1955 or 1966, Kim Jong-il was guiding the work of filmdom and paid special concern to many artists, of whom Yoo Won-jin was one. One day, he gave Yoo Won-jin as success his own picture and news picture he had taken and wrote in the back, "On the one road forever, in memory of January 19, 1966, Kim Jong-il." He pressed the hand of Yoo Won-jin one day, saying he was believing in them and proposing effecting a revolution in the cinema first as intended by the leader. Elated by his trust and love, Yu Wen-jin and the artists devoted their talents and passion as performers of revolution in literature and art. In August 1887 or 1998, Great Kim Jong-il, speaking highly of the life of Yu Wen-jin, told officials, Yu Wen-jin was the world's film star. He was an authoritative actor, an actor loved by the people. It is a great pride of the filmdom that it has a course of a genuine life like that of Yu Wen-jin. He was an unforgettable, talented and faithful man who grew up along with the history of our party, along with the history of our revolution under the care of the leader in the party. Yu Wen-jin was a world film star who was loyal to the leader and believed in the Workers' Party of Korea alone invariably for half a century. In his 80s, he excellently played the role of the host of the Northern Ireland family, the main character of the part Workers of the multi-part feature film, The Nation and Destiny, before concluding his honorable life as a film star. He died, but his merits in the history of the Korean film will be told alone, along with the main characters he represented in many films. You've been listening to an account under the title Yu Wen-jin and feature film My Home Village. This is Voice of Korea. In Korea, symphony took the road of genuine development and made a rapid progress in a short historical period after the permanent National Symphony Orchestra, former Central Symphony Orchestra, was established under the wise guidance of the great leader President Kim Il-sung after liberation. Especially in the 1970s, our symphony made a real progress as one with revelation the contents and folklore forms in line with the aspirations and exact demand of the Korean people of the Juche era under the energetic guidance of the great leader Kim Jong-il. Our Juche-based symphonies are characterized by their themes based on masterpieces and folk songs, folklore among the people, easily understandable arrangement and popularity. This time we present the orchestral music of Bamboo Harvest in the Cheongsang Plain, which is adapted to symphonical form, the orchestral music and chorus of the same title, recorded in Juche 49 or 1960.
to the English language service of Voice of Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Voice of Korea presents its English language service for Southeast Asia between 5 and 6 hours UTC on 14,650 kHz and 15,105 kHz, and between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 11,735 kHz and 13,650 kHz. For Middle East and Northern Africa between 16 and 17 hours UTC on 9,890 kHz and 11,635 kHz, and between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 9,875 kHz and 11,635 kHz. For Southern Africa between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 7,210 kHz and 11,910 kHz. And for Central and South Americas between 4 and 5 hours UTC on 11,735 kHz, 13,760 kHz, and 15,180 kHz, and between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 11,710 kHz and 15,180 kHz. Goodbye, this is Pyongyang.